Hi everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and today is one of the most exciting videos I've ever done because this is my first ever, account takeover, my first ever Hydra clan boss takeover as well. Maybe one of the first ever Hydra takeovers just in general, but a huge shout out to Co-op Dog 3 or Coop Dog 3 for lending me his account. He got in contact with me through Discord, and basically what he was saying was, yo, dude, I have a ton of these really top-end Hydra champions that you don't have. If you want to give them a go, you're welcome to try. So what do we have on this account? We've got some great stuff here. So, for example, we've got a Duchess, we have Krisk, we have Sifi, all of these champions I don't have. Lydia, we have a Sissia, we've got a Wither, we've got Venus, we've got some of the best of the best Hydra champions. So we're going to dive in and we're going to see what we can do for his teams. He said that we can, spend his silver, his books, whatever it takes to get this done and improve these teams. We maybe are a little bit low on silver, so in terms of fully re-gearing, I mean, if we were to do all three teams, I don't think we'd have enough. So, for example, like Venus is great, so we'd maybe want to gear her up. But I think one of the first places to start, we're going to be checking out the Nightmare Hydra. We're going to be checking that out. Actually, does he still need... Let's actually check this as well. Does he still need Mithrala fragments? Or does he have her? Okay, so he actually still does need a good chunk. He still needs 25 Mithrala fragments, which is quite a lot. I just put out video literally a few minutes before recording this one, which was talking about the rewards for Hydra and what you want to aim for. So let's actually start with that, because here's the thing. If we check out Brutal, the rewards for Brutal, in my opinion, are actually, well, pretty brutal. But when we go up into Nightmare, check this out. Even if we only do 9 million, we actually get a Knight's chest. That's pretty good. Considering that the top chest of Hard is a Knight chest, which needs us to do 20.4 million. So, in fact, when we get into this, it starts, to get really good really fast. We get a Guardian chest pretty soon. And then if you watch that video, you can see the actual numbers and breakdowns. If you are able to get up to the Master chest, you start getting way better rewards. You start getting way more 5-star mythical pieces, and you start to get 6-star mythical pieces as well. If you can get up to Grandmaster chest, you're going to get tons of 5-star mythical, tons of 6-star mythical. And you get 7 pieces of gear per chest. Whereas, I think in this Knight's chest, you might only get 4 or 5 or something. Yeah, I think you might only get 4 because you always get some gold, you always get some XP, and you get the fragments. So yeah, something like that. So it's pretty crazy. So we're going to be looking to see, can we build him a Nightmare team? The first place I'd always start, check out this boss guide button and go into teams of the week. And this is your number one place to go for inspiration. You can see the team comps that people have used that have been successful. And you can also see the gear sets they have on them. So I actually think we have most of these champions. I don't believe he has a 2 Hanorak, which would probably cut us out from this team. Not sure if he had a Kymar. I didn't actually look for that yet. But this team right here, we probably can build. We've got the 2 hardest champs to get. We've got a Sifi and a Krisk. So a team like this is definitely doable. And you can look through, and there's often tons of different sorts of teams. I think it's really fun for you guys to see the champions as well. So this is a guy I have. He was the 3rd legendary I pulled on my account. I've been wanting to build him up for Hydra, but I just have this... an inescapable shortage of legendary books. But Shamrock can be very good. He gives you increased defense and increased speed, and he does an AoE decrease speed. He also steals buffs with his A1. So there we go. Shamrock, really effective at Nightmare Hydra. Who would have thunk it? And yeah, there was another team in here that I thought was really fun as well. Yeah, this team down here. Who would have thunk it, guys? Mother Cybele, Operdon Clanfather, going in with a Wither, a Sifi, and a couple of Geomancers, and that's one of the best teams against the Nightmare Hydra. There you go. And people were saying Operdon sucks. Guess what? Nightmare Hydra also agrees, but in a different sense because he's being smacked around so much. So yeah, let's go in. Let's take a look at these champs and let's see what we can build. Okay, so I whipped up actually a couple of teams here that we could try out. I actually saw he's got a pretty good team. Like this number 1 team up here, it's 1 keying hard. I think this team actually could potentially be a better one to 1 key Nightmare. That's something we got to test out. We only have the 2 Royal Guards. Well, only have the 2 Royal Guards on this account. So we have to make that decision of, do we invest both Royal Guards into one team like this to try to one key, or are we going to split them up? So first of all, I'm going to try splitting them up. And we made a couple of teams like this. So our first team, we've got Duchess with a speed aura. So Duchess, she's going to come in. She's going to obviously give us block debuffs, increase attack, perfect veil. She brings us the res. She brings us damage reduction from AoE, which is awesome. Krisk is going to come in with his passive. He's going to be putting out decreased defense and decreased attack. He can put ally protection and continuous heals on himself and extend ally buffs. And then he can do decreased speed. One interesting thing, and our first gearing problem. So I'd say Duchess is actually geared really well. She's very quick, very tanky, super high resistance. For Hydra, this is going to be great. This is a really good Hydra Duchess, so that's perfect. Krisk is an interesting one. So I think part of the idea here is that because he gives himself 2 continuous heals, Krisk should be the target for the Head of Mischief quite often. And I think that's part of the logic of this is that you could potentially have Krisk with high resistance to be tanking the Head of Mischief, to always be the one who's being hit, but never be able to have his buff stolen. So potentially in that sort of team, you could even take this 1 key hard team. If you're able to consistently guarantee that Krisk can tank the Head of Mischief, then you could maybe not even bring in block buffs at all. And you could bring in like a Lydia to make your 2 Royal Guards hit as hard as possible. Then you just focus on single target damage through the Poison Cloud by having Geomancer burn someone and just single target focus them. Then get back around with Lydia for a big smack. So we might actually try that as well. That is something that we could potentially try, which is just ditch the Ugo, build Krisk's resistance high, and just go for like the full nuke thing with a resistance tank. Could definitely work. Sifi can even help with that as well. Sifi does bring you a resistance aura, so that might work as well. It might. And they don't really need attack on the Royal Guards or the Geomancer, so that might work too. Okay, so the first Royal Guard regear is complete. This might be one of those situations actually where something like the Hell Hades Optimizer, I think that the guy does use it, so maybe he wants to go through and just like double check this and move gear around. But what have we basically done? We've switched Royal Guard into a Relentless set, so just chances to get back around to more turns. But most importantly, in terms of his stats, 100% crit right now and 240% crit damage, so he's going to hit a lot harder. We actually still have 221 accuracy, so we will actually still land those decreased speeds and some decreased defense actually fairly frequently. And we now have 43,000, almost 44,000 HP, so reasonably tanky, 2,000 defense, helping us to get through. The speed is a little bit low. I'd love to get this higher. That is the one thing. I mean, cranking speed, maybe crit damage a bit higher, might certainly help. We have War Master in the Masteries, which is totally fine. Defense tree is fine as well. It's going to make him a bit tankier as well. You could move him through into the support tree. That would also work. It's sort of up to you. But yeah, I think that's definitely going to help us a lot. Basically what I've done, we switched him, this is important, into crit damage gauntlets. You can see there's a good chunk of extra speed we could glyph into there. HP percentage chest, again, there's a good chunk of extra speed. In fact, other stats just in general we could get there. We have him in speed boots, trying to get some crit rate. We can up his stats some more with glyphs. Crit rate and speed on the shield with some accuracy and HP. Speed, again, plenty of room for more speed here on the helmet. And we got really good weapon here, actually, with 3. Look at that beautiful weapon. My goodness. Absolutely beautiful. So I think when glyphs actually go onto this Royal Guard, he's actually going to be in a really good spot. So we got 1 really good Royal Guard. Now, the issue is, number 1, this took a long time. But number 2, we spent almost half of the silver. This cost us about, I don't know, 7.5, 8 million silver. So I'm not going to be able to regear everyone on his account, but it gives you an idea. What would I want to do with Royal Guard number 2? We'd want to do the exact same thing, right? Look at Royal Guard number 2. This Royal Guard, he's coming in. He is fast, but he's just not going to hit quite as hard. He has too much accuracy, and he's relatively squishy. We want to bring this guy in. Yeah, he's got Relentless set, which is good, but we'd want to bring him in and get him more like this. Much higher crit damage, bit tankier. That's really the priority. And again, this guy's going to get tankier and get more speed with those glyphs. So same sort of thing at Royal Guard 2. We should see a big improvement in performance out of those champions. Now, let's look at Venus as well. I think Venus would be the other one, the other top tier champion that we'd want to regear. What are we going to do with her? We really want to crank her accuracy and her... Let's see if we've got stuff that hasn't been worn just to save us some money. Okay, so here we have 6-star accuracy boots with crit rate, crit damage. That's actually great. They're really good boots. Really, really good boots. We actually have a spare pair of speed boots in Relentless. That's nice, but not needed for her. But we're just looking to up her accuracy and to up her resistance as well. Could be pretty valuable. This is one thing to consider with Hydra, is that it can be very valuable to, yeah, just to up the resistance of everyone in your team. So we've got a speed weapon. Let's see if we've got like a good crit damage. 3 rolls, don't need that. We're really looking for accuracy, speed, resistance. This is okay. This has got 2 rolls in accuracy. No speed on it, mind you. All right, I'll have a look through and I'll see what I can find. Okay, so sort of a silver saving build here with Venus. This is one where throwing it into the optimizer might work just to get that resistance. It's just very difficult to get that resistance high enough whilst also getting her accuracy high enough. But basically what we have with this Venus, she's got good speed now. She's got plenty of accuracy for what we need her to do. And then she's got a good chunk of health and defense. And again, her stuff's not fully rolled up, so those defensive stats will improve. But this gives us a nice starting point for that Venus. Our Sifi is super fast. Okay, so we really don't want to change any of Sifi's stuff. She should be fine. You're going to want her for Arena. We really don't want to re-gear anyone that we love to use in Arena. Let's take a quick look at Krisk and see. But Krisk, he's got really good defense speed. He's very good across the board. This resistance isn't going to be enough to tank the Hydra, which might be a problem. So that's definitely something I would run it. He actually has a resistance banner. He has a resistance banner. He ain't gonna be resisting anything with only 237 resistance against Hydra though. Everything's gonna go through. So that's something that might want to change. HP percentage chest. Yeah, I wonder. Okay, then for Ugo, I think relatively quick change here, just using gear no one else is actually even using. She's going to drop down some HP. It will go back up above 70k though once we roll up that helmet. But really the big thing here is we're keeping her accuracy high, in fact getting it slightly higher. She's going to get some random crit damage, which we don't want, but the big thing is, okay, she's got a bit more defense. It's really getting that basically 40 more speed out of this, which is a big deal. She's going to be a lot faster, and she's going to perform a lot better now. We're going to get a lot more out of Ugo, so there we go. Right, let's go try out this team. Let's see how it works. And then we can make changes based off of how the performance goes. All right, so we're diving into Nightmare. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, I've never actually... Oh, we can turn up the speed and stuff. I've never actually done... Nightmare Hydra myself, though I am switching clan to be able to do that. So this is a bit scary. I'm definitely scared that we could potentially get one shot by something like this head over here. So we're going to put the decreased defense and weaken with Lydia. We're going to put block buffs and increase attack with her. With Geomancer, we're just chilling. We're just going to A1. Now, unfortunately with this team, the thing we're going to then place the block buffs with Ugo. Didn't fully place it. The awkward thing with this is that we're going to need to put the decreased speed with Krisk, but only land it on this head over here. But let's go in. Let's see how hard Royal Guard smashes now. Boom, not too bad. 1.7 million, not too bad at all. And you see, this is the reason why we need to switch the speed. So I'm going to rerun this a few times. And yeah, we'll just get that decreased speed from Krisk to land on just the head of Decay, so that he basically cleanses after the poison cloud has already gone out but been blocked. So let's try make that happen. Okay, there we go. So we got it. Look at that. Decreased speed is on the head of Decay. Now we're going to slam in with Royal Guard. Boom. Fantastic. We do get the buff stolen. That is definitely unfortunate, but we can live with it. And yeah, then I don't know. We just smack this head over here, I suppose. And okay, so let's see how we do. So we can smack him a couple of times. That's fine. But now the poison cloud has been blocked, which is kind of the crucial thing. That's the real thing that we are trying to do. I'm actually tempted to remove that. Yeah, I really want to remove that. We actually get an extra turn with Ugo and Relentless. That's pretty interesting. Okay, cool. Now with Krisk, we can do our AoE attack. We can extend our buffs and put continuous heals on Krisk. And this is where, with Krisk, having that resistance would be good, because look at this. All this comes in and gets stolen. So that's our issue right there. That is where that high resistance Krisk will be absolutely amazing. Just to deny this, come in, we can land the decreased speeds. Or not. We can put the block buffs over here. Okay, smack him a bit. Yeah, and then those go out. That's an issue. That is an issue. Right, let's actually look at re-gearing Krisk. That's not good. Let's look at re-gearing Krisk with some more resistance. Okay, so for Krisk, we're definitely struggling here a little bit. I was thinking something along the lines of this sort of gear swap might work okay, where his speed is still in a good spot. We obviously don't want his crit damage going high because that would up the damage he takes from ally protection, would be dangerous. HP has dropped off a little bit here, that we could roll this stuff up, and defense, we get more from those. But specifically kind of looking here to crank that resistance higher. Unfortunately, we're still, I would say, short on that resistance and short on that accuracy. So I think that's a bit awkward. So this is something to look into, I think, for the future. We'd want to really be around about 300 accuracy and really around about 500 resistance. So what this is making me say is, okay, I think we're not crazy far off of it, and maybe with the optimizer and with some glyphs and stuff like that, it is going to be possible to improve this. But more likely, I think we will probably be looking instead to use a decrease accuracy, something like that, to get some better control. Putting in Lady Kimmy might be the better play right here in the short term. So let's see what we can do with that. I think what we will do as a step one here is we will swap this HP percentage chest piece that he has on for a resistance chest piece, just to get him more in that direction so that he can actually still resist stuff. Because even with 237 resistance, you're actually still going to get your buff stolen, even with decreased accuracy out there, which is not good. So let's see if we can switch it up, and let's try like this. So here we go. Boom. Okay, boom, there we go. 1.5 million. So I mean, we don't have the weaken, but our damage still isn't too bad. Unfortunately, he did target Royal Guard there, which is a bit unlucky. So Royal Guard has been stripped of his buffs. You hate to see it. That is okay. So we're going to come back around. So actually, we can't... Lady Kimmy's a little bit too quick, believe it or not. She's a little bit too quick, so she's not actually able to sneak in there with that move. So that's bad. We need to get the decreased accuracy on him. Yeah, okay. So we might have a bit of a problem here with the Mr. Krisk. Yeah, we might have a bit of a problem. So let's not extend our buffs because he is probably going to get this steal off. So let's just wait this one out instead. Okay, good. He targeted Duchess and got resisted. Perfect. Now Kimmy can come in. Go, foomp. Looks like she might have weak hit him, or I guess it's only a chance to remove buff, so he still does have that increased attack, which is unfortunate. We're going to go in with Royal Guard, try get decreased speed on Head of Decay. Didn't quite happen. He probably didn't have enough accuracy right there anyway. Then we are going to come in. We really want to remove, unfortunately, this decreased attack. We'll get around to his burn soon, TM. Ugo, you can come and smack him, or at least try to, and fail. That's okay. And now we can come in and we can start doing more. So this will put increased defense on him and puts increased speed on all of our team. That actually might be worth doing in this situation. So I'm going to do that. Increase Krisk's defense, make him a bit tankier. I'm going to smack right here. We just need to be a bit careful of him. He's definitely the danger right now. We can come in, we can try smack him, get some damage there. That's fine. So that hurts, but we survive. We're going to put out the block buffs. Lovely. Block buffs going to make us a lot safer. Now we can put out our own block debuffs. He's not going to be able to steal this stuff. That speed is okay. We can increase our own stuff right here. And now we can start doing some real damage. So I think we're going to want to lock down this head just to stop him sort of wrecking us. We're going to extend our buffs and put ally protection out. Hopefully keep Royal Guard mostly alive. At least for one more round, please, Mr. Royal Guard. That'd be great. We'll try get decreased defense out on this head over here. He weak hit, so not this time. But he got the extra turn. Fantastic. Boom. Into the takedown. Great. We're up to 3 million damage already. That ain't too bad. We'll put the leech out on this head right here for a bit more healing. If Royal Guard dies, oh, he didn't die. It's actually fine. It's actually fine if he dies, because that is going to stop him from being eaten, which would be good for us. We will put out this decreased speed and decreased accuracy. And hopefully, again, this Head of Mischief is going to keep targeting the same head over here and not really doing anything bad, which would be great. Chris can do his AoE. Lovely. Look at that. Boom. Nothing stolen. We're totally fine. We're going to save the heal with Ugo. We will try smack Mischief. Also, this is going to buy us a lot of time, right? Because we're not going to have to worry about Mischief. I think we will go with the A3. Yeah. We're not going to have to worry so much about Mischief actually taking too many turns, because he's going to be blocked by having this, yeah, like the decreased accuracy slowing him down. He's not going to get that turn meter steal, which is going to just make our life easier. Royal Guard just does not want to die, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Royal Guard, he's just like, me die, not today. Today I say no. And he got eaten. Well, that sucks. Okay. So I think preferably we really would have had Royal Guard get eaten right there. That is unfortunate. I'm going to try I guess we don't even need to worry about this Head of Mischief, to be honest. Yeah, he's going to heal, but it doesn't really bother us too much. We don't have a cleanse coming for a while, so we're going to get the burn out here onto the Poison Head, because he is a big jerk. We don't have any big smacks coming our way, so again, I am going to just try land that decreased speed. We're going to get the block buffs back out from Ugo. Fantastic. And now we want to start being a bit more proactive in terms of protecting ourselves, because there's going to be more damage coming in right now. Okay, good. So definitely we want to get that decreased accuracy out and the decreased speed. I think that is priority number 1 right now. Over getting accuracy on ourselves, not too important. Hit with Geomancer. And yeah, we can definitely go in with Krisk now, extend our buffs, and have him back to being our tank. We are going to heal to get Kimmy back to a better spot overall. Krisk is back doing his job. Look at those resists coming in. That's really nice, actually. We'll smack this head with Duchess, trying to break him free. We're going to give ourselves that increased speed as well. Thank you very much. He's going to put a shield on this head over here, which is actually totally fine. Not really worried about that one. We don't need increased speed. We do need decreased speed on some of these heads. We're going to go for it, and we got it, which is great. Will I put the block buffs out now? I think I might. No, I think we can wait 1 turn. We'll just go in with a regular smack. Oh, and we got punished for our crimes because she got the extra turn there. That's okay. So she's lost her buffs, but she's fine. All right, smack this head again. Smack this head again. Boom, and they're free. Now, unfortunately, because Royal Guard didn't die before he was eaten, he is now in a pretty bad... He's in a pretty bad way. He's pretty beat up. We're definitely going to put the burn onto our friend over here. So we are still going to be able to hit him through that, which is going to be important. Let's put the increased speed back on us. There we go. Duchess tanking this time, and she resists no problem. Now, he is going to smack us, and he is going to murderize Royal Guard. Is there anything we can do about it? I'm not sure. We'll definitely heal at this point, and we will not smack him and trigger him quite yet. We'll smack him for nothing. Now, she can potentially... it's this move that does the block buffs. I see. This was the one that removes buffs. Okay, so unfortunately, we don't have that, but we'll definitely put the decreased accuracy back onto him. And now we'll come in with Geomancer. This might keep us alive. We'll just steal that increased attack away from him. So hopefully we will be okay. We don't have ally protection on right now, so let's bide some time. Oh god, I clicked him and he hit right there. Okay, but we're fine. Actually, that didn't hurt too bad, but he's going to take another turn in a second, which is definitely the scary part. Yeah, let's put on the ally protection on the heals. Okay, Duchess is going to come in. She's going to put out more heals, and she's going to pick up Royal Guard. Lovely. And Kimmy can just sort of do her thing. So we can totally smack this guy now. We're going to wait on the block buffs. Hopefully we can just tank it. The people with the most buffs. Apart from Geomancer. Geomancer might get targeted. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it should target Duchess, and she's got plenty. So we're actually not worried. We'll smack this head instead. And yeah, this should hopefully be... Oh, man, we keep getting the turns with her when we don't want them. Did she just get another extra turn? Holy moly, she just got another extra turn. You know, Relentless Ugo is actually pretty good. Relentless Ugo is better than I thought it was. That hit certainly hurts, but we're okay. Duchess tanking with the resistance. You can see how good having this increased resistance Duchess really is. It's quite fantastic. Again, we're going to put the increased speed on us. Thank you very much. Chris can do an AoE just because he can, I suppose. We'll smack this head as well for a bit of leech healing. Thank you. And I think actually at this point we do want Ugo to help us top us up a little bit. Not going to put out the burn with Geomancer because he's about to cleanse. Ah, okay. I wasn't paying attention. He got eaten. But you see, we're already up to 6 million. It's not bad. This is not bad. Do we put out the decreased accuracy, decreased speed right now? Or do we wait? You know what? I think we wait. I think we do wait. We're just going to smack him. Krisk. We don't need to increase speed. We're just going to smack, see if we get a decreased speed on him. We didn't. Unfortunately, Royal Guard is probably coming around to takedown. This is where you might want to track. Yeah, he is. I am still going to do it, but it's not going to hit too hard. We probably should have put that decreased defense from Ugo. But anyway, this is hopefully giving you a pretty decent idea of the sort of stuff that we can do. We still have decreased accuracy on him for 1 turn, and we don't have anything worth stealing. Okay, it's gone now. Don't really have anything worth stealing, though. Like, yeah, he's going to potentially spread HP. That's okay. That's fine by me. We will put the ally protection back on at this point. Yep, we will. Just try to keep people alive here. Now we can put those block buffs back out, so that heal's not even going to be spread anyway. Keep smacking decay. And yeah, I mean, this team works great. Definitely want to put that decreased speed and reduced accuracy on the enemy right there. That's going to help us a bunch. Try smack him, try get decreased speed there. Chris goes down. Ugo might go down. Not quite yet. Do we use our Duchess res right now, or do we let Ugo die? That's probably the question, isn't it? That's probably the question. He is going to smack us. I think we let Ugo die. I think that's what we do. We will put out the block buffs for the rest of them, but I think we do let Ugo die at this point. We will put out the speed and the accuracy. We'll let Ugo die, then we'll pick them all back up, basically. She probably actually could have healed herself. That might have been smarter, but we'll be fine. Duchess is going to survive, so it's all good. Smack, smack. Try break this guy free. Oh, he didn't kill her. Okay. So this is me misjudging the team. Yeah, she's tankier than I thought. That's not good. Tankier than I thought. Okay, well. We'll put out the block buffs. Yeah, I should have rezzed earlier. I should have rezzed, and now she's dead. Yeah, okay. So that was a mistake. Okay, well, we learned something, though. We learned something. I've learned from some of this comp as well. It's sort of getting into that mode of judging when to do things and how it's working. Oh my god, it's so good. Wow, when they start popping off of those extra turns, it's just crazy. Welcome back, by the way. We're having a much better run this time. It's certainly not an easy run. It's not a perfect run, but it's not too bad. But the big thing that's standing out to me in this run is how good, number one, how good Duchess and Chris are. But number two, how good these relentless sets are. There's been a few times in this run where I've said, or I felt like we're screwed, we're done for. And then, nope, never mind. We turn back around and we're absolutely slamming it. It's kind of crazy to me, actually, how good it can be sometimes. Okay, so let's hopefully get Leech on this head so we can heal a bit more. Good. Get a burn onto him. We don't have a cleanse coming for a while. We're definitely squishy at this point. This could get kind of scary. Yeah, that's a pretty scary hit, but we survive. Then Chris can come in. We still have decreased accuracy on this head. So he tried to steal stuff there, but he didn't quite manage. Increase our speed and accuracy. Smack this head some more. Cool. Okay. We'll see if we can break this out. So, yeah, not a bad run. Yeah, we'll definitely put out block buffs. Fantastic. Those extra turns, so good. Geomancer is looking a little bit worse for wear. And not to mention that this head might steal stuff here. No, never mind. We come back around to the decreased accuracy. Ooh, we've got the fear head in now. That could be spooky. We'll have to see how that goes. Oh, look at this extra turn. And slam. Oh, big chunk out of that. So good. You can smack him. We're going to have the big cleanse coming soon. So this is going to be an interesting test. We get a nice heal from Ugo. How do we perform against the head of Torment? Big smack from Chris, but we survive. Will I put increased speed on everyone? I will, because they're about to be cleansed anyway. I guess whenever we have Veil on, we should smack this head to try to deal with that. He's almost, maybe we should have killed him, actually, and got him down. We will certainly kill him, but maybe we should have done right there. So Geomancer has been eaten. This actually could be pretty bad for us, because this is definitely not a head we want to eat us. Yeah, we're definitely going to extend our buffs. Give us ally protection as well, because he is in a little bit of a bad way. Actually landed some hits on him. That's good. There's always the... Oh, we might kill him. Maybe we should kill him before he smacks us. We don't have Geomancer to reflect the damage. I guess we're not going to have much choice. Kimmy's going to do it. He stole the buffs, but we're okay. Okay. He's probably going to kill him. Oh, man. He's just holding on with almost no health at all. Boom. There we go. He goes down, but we only have one turn. Oh, no, and he's been eaten. So there we go. We did get eaten like 95 turns in, but we did... Yeah, this is definitely possible. This is definitely possible. On the worst rotation, this particular team right now, it's doing, you know, we could definitely get a solid 20 million. A solid 20 million. That's not too bad, I think. I'm happy enough. So I think we could, with this team, push up for the Master Chest. I actually do think that's quite doable. I actually do think it's quite doable. Depending on some luck with Relentless. Are we pushing for a Grandmaster Chest? No, definitely not. This team doesn't have that damage output that is required. But like I said, I think the way this particular rotation is so nasty, I think the way to get to that damage output is getting Kimmy out and bringing another Royal Guard in, which doubles your Royal Guard damage. That's going to give you a lot more bang for your buck, though it does mean that you're not going to have Royal Guards for your other teams. Yeah, it's going to give you more bang for your buck. And building up Krisk's resistance so that he can tank. Because his debuffs are important, though. He does need the accuracy. So that is the challenge. He does need the accuracy. So it's sort of that little bit of gear intensiveness to cover everything. But this is a team that can absolutely smash through. And if we can do 20 million, if we can do the 20 million here, no problem on Nightmare, we can definitely... I'd say there's a very good chance we could one-key Brutal. We're obviously going to one-key hard and normal. No problem with this team. So that's not too bad. That is not too bad. And I think there's good potential to grow right there as well. I mean, Kimmy's just great in general. But, I mean, the increased speed, Krisk already can bring you increased speed. So you don't super need the increased speed from Kimmy. And Krisk can also bring the decreased speed too. So it's just the consistent decreased accuracy. But like I said, that's actually not as crucial for us to have if Krisk with high resistance can tank it more. But yeah, Krisk does need the accuracy to land it, and he needs the resistance. So it's just a tough build. He doesn't really die that much, though. Even with these stats, Krisk was still very, very tanky. Even with only 58k HP, he was actually still very tanky. He's not dying at all. But I wouldn't really want to drop those stats lower particularly. But yeah, we'll see. It's something to investigate with the optimizer. Okay, so here we go. Actually, look at that. Sifi is so fast. She actually cuts in. She actually gets to go twice before Royal Guard gets to take his first go. That is insane. We have decreased speed on the right head. So takedown number 1. Okay, takedown number 2. Kaboom. Got some weak hits there, unfortunately, but it's a good solid chunk of damage. Now, I guess the question remains is, will Krisk be able to tank this for us? Well, I guess we'll have to see. Actually, Sifi puts out quite a nice bit of healing, doesn't she? She actually puts out quite a nice bit of healing with that. The cleanse finally comes through. Okay. Bam. Sifi actually got provoked. So we're going to extend our buffs with Krisk. Now, I'm not sure if we are going to be able to consistently deny this guy. Yeah, you can see we won't have enough accuracy really on these Royal Guards to consistently land this decreased speed, but we'll land it sometimes, and that's what matters. Okay, we did get the resistance off, so that's good. That's the Sifi aura plus the Krisk just baseline resistance that's helping us there. Now, it's not going to be perfect, though, so we are going to have to be careful with it. It's definitely not going to be perfect. We might be lacking it a bit with this team. I'm actually going to go and put that block buffs out. My goodness. Ooh, I don't know. There's something about this Relentless set on Ugo. I've never seen someone take as many turns at Relentless set as Relentless set Ugo. It's actually pretty impressive. I think we do go for the AoE decreased speed with Krisk. Try get that on some key members. We didn't quite, but it's not the end of the world. We actually get decreased defense on him. That's kind of nice. And we're definitely going to steal this increased attack. Don't want to deal with that. Sifi, protect. And yeah, okay. We'll go for another smack on him. Extra turn Royal Guard, fantastic. Go again. Yeah, these Relentless sets are so good. So we have the smack coming in. It's a little bit spooky, but nothing too bad. Nothing we can't handle. Go for a smack here. He's about to trigger his thing. Hopefully we can get the ally protection out from Krisk first. I'll shoot him with Sifi. Sifi again puts out heals. Oh, we're not going to have ally protection with Krisk. Okay. That's fine. We'll just trigger it right now. Boom. Again, if this Royal Guard dies, we don't actually mind that much. And we'll try to break his shield. We don't super mind. Come we get an extra turn? That would have been lovely. No such luck this time. See, he has stolen the buffs. We do have block buffs out. In fact, we're going to reapply the block buffs just to make sure it's on. We don't get it on everyone. Res this Royal Guard, but we've actually delayed their thing. Unfortunately, we do get the block debuffs on him, but what can you do? What can you do? So we're not quite as consistent, unfortunately. Yeah. So he's able to steal it off other people. So we are somewhat vulnerable there. We get one slam out. Oh, we'll get another slam out right now too. Why not? Boom, boom. Not too bad. We've stunned him, which is good. That's going to buy us some time. One of the interesting things about this comp, which I had not actually realized, is that, is that when you attack someone with low turn meter with Sifi, she does a heal. So at Sifi, we always want to target someone with low turn meter to try to make that sort of work as much as possible. Now, we're definitely going to lose this Royal Guard, I'm afraid. He's not looking too good when this guy smacks them. We just lost the decreased attack. Okay, that's definitely scary. Consider me scared. And is the poison cloud going through? It might, which is definitely bad. Oh, she hit that. Oh, yeah, that's spooky. She hit it again. Nuts. We don't have the block buffs. So that is definitely nasty. That situation is definitely nasty. Okay. Who is going to eat Krisk? One of these is probably going to eat Krisk. I'm not sure which one, though. Let's try that. No, he did the poison cloud. Okay, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. He's going to eat Krisk. Yikes. Okay, now he's protected. That's not good. Well, this team almost works. The issue at this team is definitely a little bit of luck in terms of some of those timings. I have to run this team a lot more to really figure it out. And in terms of what is working, what isn't working. I think it's not bad though, right? The resistance aura from Sifi. I think definitely stuff that would make it more consistent. If you had higher resistance on other people, like if Sifi had high resistance, that would definitely help. This is a super fast Sifi, but she doesn't really have any resistance. So a higher resistance Sifi would help. Again, you're probably, and again, slightly higher resistance on Krisk would help. You're probably shooting for around 420 resistance with the 80 resistance from Sifi, trying to get to 500. Just be super safe. The Royal Guards are working pretty well. Again, increasing their speed a bit would help some. And then Geomancer seems to be working pretty well. And Ugo, I guess this sort of depends somewhat on the luck and in terms of when Maelstrom Rack is going to go on. Yeah, I almost wonder if maybe Umbral Enchantress would be better in this composition, just to have higher uptime on the block damage. That might be better because we do get quite a bit of healing from Sifi. And quite a bit of protection from Krisk. I just don't know if it's quite enough. Yeah, I mean, actually, funny enough, we check out this team right here. Yeah, they really do have... I suspect he has a high resistance Krisk because he does have resist set on the Krisk. So I think that's what they have done. They actually don't have Relentless on the Royal Guard, so they do have Relentless on the Geomancer. So that's another thing we could look into. But I've been really impressed. Very lucky on this account to have so many Relentless sets. I think it's just showing you how difficult this rotation actually is. That... it's just tough to make these teams work, even with these absolutely top tier. Oh my god! Even with these top tier champions, it's tough to make it work. Here's another example of a team. I don't think we have a Kayuku. Looks like she's doing a similar thing to Krisk, because she's probably being something of the tank. And yeah, going in with that. So I think there's a lot of different teams that we could make. Okay, so to beat normal and hard, this was the best sort of team I found. We had some issues with the Arbiter being very squishy, and here's another big issue we ran into, which is that Trunda is really fast, like way too fast. Way too fast. Venus, for example, is about 240 something speed, and Trunda's outspeeding her, which is not really going to help us. That's not going to be good. We're actually going to miss an entire nuke, possibly from Trunda. We're just going to do our normal sort of opener here. We're going to slow down Head of Blight with Tomb Lord. And then we get another go with Sifi. The Sifi's great. And then we have the block buffs from Gerptuk. I've actually been very impressed with Gerptuk. Speed boost from Arbiter again. Gerptuk has been fantastic. And then we're going to do the AoE with Trunda for some pretty solid damage right there. Not too bad. We'll just smack him with the A1 for now. Okay, we block the poison cloud. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. We'll actually put more poisons on this guy just for some poison ticks. I mean, it's not much damage, but it's a little bit, right? It sort of adds up. On higher difficulties, it would do more. We can throw out this to just knock a tick off that buff. Might be good. And here's what Gerptuk does that's so good. Like, he puts poisons on your team, but the other thing he does, which is great, is that his A1, it just keeps putting out continuous heals. It's actually a very nice combo. Very nice combo. Oh gosh, he's stolen a whole bunch of stuff we don't want him to have. That's not good at all. Yeah, oh well. This is the issue with bringing in the Sifi, for sure, is that it works well, but if stuff gets stolen like this, we can find ourselves in a bit of a rough spot trying to stop it. We're just going to smack him for some damage, and we're doing pretty good damage with the Trunda overall. We do luckily beat this guy because we're on normal, so we're able to come and get these debuffs on, so that definitely helps us. But they're all going to get all these debuffs right now. Gerptuk's just a bit too slow right there. Actually, quite a bit too slow. But that's all right. We'll just keep smacking them. And we'll just wait for these debuffs pretty much to expire. Pretty much all we can do, really. Just keep going with Gerptuk. But yeah, I've been really impressed with Gerptuk, I have to say. He's been really, really solid. We also have a Withir the Crowned on this account. Withir also really impressive champion. We just don't have a ton of champions to pair with her. with her. I didn't even mean to do that. But yeah, you can see we're kind of getting slammed quite a bit here. But this is why we needed to bring in the Sifi. Is that Arbiter's just not tanky enough to stay alive by herself. She needs assistance. Assistance is required. Block buffs stops the poison cloud, which is wonderful. And we top Venus up to a bit of a healthier spot. Decrease defense and weaken. And now we should hopefully be in a good position to start smacking. This guy's almost dead. Let's do Trunda's first AoE. Boom. That's good. This guy is definitely a problem. Trunda double hits, doesn't she? Yeah. Ooh. This is actually kind of scary. Let's try to kill this head off. Let's actually proc this now. Just get it over with. Oof. Yeah, that really hurt, actually. Just get it over with. Do you want to res someone now? This is actually a pretty shitty situation. This is a pretty shitty situation. Because if Arbiter dies, we're really screwed. Let's wait this one out. Heal the Arbiter. Sifi's about to get eaten as well, which is not great. Yeah, but we're okay. Boom. We get everyone standing up. Heal them up. Fantastic. Get block buffs on them. This guy's unfortunately got this double shield. Remove the increased attack. Get out some HP burns at least. I'm actually kind of scared right now though, because we don't have our Sifi. I'm actually quite scared of us just simply dying, to be completely honest. This is actually a pretty terrifying situation. Boom, but we pop the head, so that's good. We have Sifi back. That's also good. Oof. It's a scary situation, my dudes, but we almost have them dead. I'm actually going to give us the speed boost and stuff. We will attack this head. There we go. Okay, I think we're out of the worst of it, I think. Yeah, we can get the res off. Okay, now I'm feeling good. We should get some great damage out here. But man, this is it's pretty spicy, this. Definitely give us a speed boost. Here we go. Beautiful decreased defense and weaken. Might actually kill the other head. It did. We've almost killed him as well. I'm actually going to decrease speed this guy, which might seem crazy. He resisted it. Okay, I guess it was crazy. Trunda smack. Boom, that's nice damage. Again, this Trunda does not have as much damage as she should, so it's definitely lower than it could be, but still. Let's keep smacking this guy. Try and get back around to Trunda's other attack. See if we can slow down this head. There we go. Okay, this will do some. It's really her other hit that really hits hard, and we haven't been able to use that quite yet. We'll put the weaken on this guy. Give us a bit of a turn meter boost. It's actually not really a point in putting out the block buffs. Put out some burns on these heads. Arbiter can weaken this head as well. Okay, so this will do pretty good damage. Yeah, like it did a bunch of... It jumped us up to like 10 million right there. Like that's quite an increase. And Trunda can hit much harder than this. Much harder. Much harder. This is not her at full power, full potential. She's in gear to make her hit harder. If she's speed tuned, you'll see a lot more out of her than that. Right, that's only a fraction of her power. We definitely want to put block buffs out. Oh, here we go, guys. We're building up for a dirty big Trunda hit. It's coming. I can feel it coming. Okay, this is going to be a pretty good one. Here we go. Oh my god, dude. What is that, man? Holy shit. Trunda, what are you doing? You're insane. That was spectacular. That was spectacular, guys. Wow. The hilarious thing, I'm glad I let this run out. Let me tell you, when we switched from the stinky head of decay to the head of torment, we just flew through this last few million. And like, this is at the point where they can eat our heads reasonably quickly, right? Our heads have a really short timer, you know, and we were totally fine. Like, absolutely no problem at all. We were good. We were handling it. Now, I left it on auto there, which is probably a bad idea because he's going to put a poison cloud out, but that's okay. I don't even care, man. That was just so good. That was so good. Oh, here we go. Boom. This is easily 20 million. Okay, almost. Almost. We're building up to it. We're ramping. We're ramping to the 20 million. There we go. 20 million. So that is not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I should have been more careful in terms of not letting that happen. Oh, here we go, actually. Oh, this is going to be a big smack. He has decreased defense and weaken. I think this head is squishier, though. So I think... Oh, my God. Look at that. Look at the damage on that head. Holy shit. He just went poof. Fortunately, we got poison clouds. But that was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. I feel like you could definitely get more out of the Trunda here. I feel like with the champions we have, we could and probably should be expecting to get more. But I think this has been, you know, it's been a decent run. I'm actually going to leave it. I'm actually going to regroup, and I will regroup out of this. But it gives you a bit of an idea. So I think this should work. Let's say. Yeah, there we go. So that works on normal. So guys, gosh, I've been working on this like for a few hours. This has been like my whole afternoon experimenting, trying some stuff out. What works well, what doesn't. So basically where we're at, I think we almost have the right champions for two really good teams in here. We almost have, in fact, we almost have enough for 3 good teams. We almost do. So for Nightmare, we're definitely looking at a team like this. Like I said, I think that, you know, we get Krisk with more resistance and we could take out Lady Kimmy and suddenly this gets way better. And then in fact, we put Lady Kimmy like into this sort of team and we could really possibly, you know, start to get rolling and really mix things up and change things up. Could be very cool. I mean, I haven't even used Withier in any of these teams either, which is crazy. So there's tons and tons of possibilities here for sure. The Nightmare team is definitely a lot stronger. We obviously improved the Royal Guards a lot, which is good. Venus is mostly ready to go now, which is good. Trunda, unfortunately, still needs a pretty big re-gear. We've got Umbral Enchantress pretty much ready. We improved Ugo as well. So we've seen a lot of improvements, and we can see some really good champions. I mean, I can tell you right off the bat, Sifi is amazing for this. Sifi is so good. Duchess is even better. Duchess is phenomenal. And Krisk really stands out, as he just makes your team so much more survivable. I've never played with a Krisk before, actually with half of these champions before, and it really plays well. Kimmy is amazing too. It's been a lot of fun. Definitely the issue is that this rotation is just so hard. I think when we get into the next few rotations, like this account, for example, he's going to have like a good few months to build it up, improve the gear, push further, and he's going to have a really good time. Yeah, I think definitely fixing Trunda's speed is going to be a huge deal for the lower difficulties to help her pop off. Like Trunda should be slower than the debuffers and have way higher attacking stats that would make a big difference. Like, you can see how hard that Trunda was smacking. And look, she only has 4,000 attacks. She's 195,000 crit damage. So she should be in there in an attack percentage chest, crit damage gauntlets, full attack. Only needs around about 200 speed. If even that, she could even possibly be lower. She just needs tons of attack and tons of crit damage, 100% crit rate. And you're going to have a much better Trunda that's really going to punish those openings. And yeah, then especially in other rotations where you don't have to bring in like Tomb Lord or whatever, Stag Knight for some of these silly little strategies, is good. But we've got some great champions here. Gerptuk is, again, Gerptuk really impressed me. He has the AoE block buffs, which goes through Poison Cloud, which is handy. AoE block buffs is not a hit on a 3-turn cooldown. He's making you do more damage. He's increasing the resistance of your team, making you do more damage. Very good combo with Sifi. He has a heal with a shield on a single target. He's not even fully booked. That's a 2-turn cooldown one booked. Then his A1 gives you continuous heals. So I'm actually really impressed with Gerptuk. His gear is not even that good. Look at that. He's very slow. So Gerptuk is actually one to build up. And yeah, definitely do not undervalue resistance. You can see the value of resistance, hopefully, in today's video. You can see the value of decreased accuracy and how that lets you play around a lot of these heads. And you've got champions here like Sifi, who gives you that resistance aura, or Withier, who gives you resistance aura. You've got Gerptuk giving you more resistance with his passive. You've got the decreased accuracy from Geomancer from Kimmy. You can do some really cool stuff with that. So yeah, lots of ideas in there. Some fun stuff. Hopefully it was helpful. First time kind of doing something like this. I'm going to be trying out Nightmare myself on my own account, so I'll get some ideas for what we can do there as well. Though I don't have champions as good as this, I'm actually quite nervous. I'm quite intimidated. Like, you know, if I'm coming in with a Krisk, and Krisk is even struggling on that 1-key Nightmare, it's tough. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll try though. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you next time. Big shout out, by the way, once again, huge shout out to Coop Dog or Co-op Dog. Hopefully you got some good ideas here, at least some inspiration for what to do moving forward. And I will see you all next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.